Hello and welcome, my friends, to a new journey on the Reading Nook. Our journey today is to the top. Imagine a world where you can achieve everything you aspire to. A world where success isn't limited to innate talent or fleeting luck, but rather to a hidden power possessed by a few. What is this secret that makes the few excel over everyone else? It's not what you think. Get ready for a journey that will change your outlook on life. A journey to a new world. Educate yourselves every day. Before we invite you to subscribe to the channel, all you have to do is press one button and join our world. Now, my friends, are you tired of staying where you are? Do you dream of surpassing 99 people? Let's begin our journey to the top now. Chapter 1. The Power of Continuous Knowledge. Main idea: knowledge and continuous learning are the keys to excellence and success in various aspects of life. Investing in yourself. By acquiring knowledge, we reach the ranks of excellence. The author explains that the world is constantly evolving, and keeping pace with this development requires continuous learning. People who are committed to educating themselves daily have a significant competitive advantage. Now, my friends, how do we apply the idea of Chapter 1 to our lives? First, set aside time every day to read or learn, even if it's just for a few minutes. Minutes make it a habit. Second, be curious and seek answers to your questions. Don't hesitate to explore new topics. Third, take advantage of various sources of knowledge, such as books, articles, training courses, podcasts, and more. Chapter 2. The Power of Small Habits. The main idea in this chapter is that big changes start with small steps and simple, consistent daily habits. The author emphasizes that accumulating positive small habits over the long term leads to tremendous results in self-development and knowledge. Tips for applying the idea of acquiring small habits. In our self-learning lives, start with a small habit, such as reading one page a day or learning a new word. Make this habit easy to implement. Reduce the obstacles that prevent you from adhering to it. Be patient and persistent. Results take time to appear. Chapter 3. How to learn effectively. The main idea here is that effective learning requires specific strategies that go beyond just reading or listening. The author discusses a set of strategies that help enhance comprehension and better retention of information, transforming the learning process from a passive reception of information to an active and productive interaction. Here is an explanation of the most important of these strategies. First, take notes in your own words. Write down notes. Don't just copy what you hear or read verbatim. Convert the information into your own words, connect it to your prior knowledge, and use diagrams, tables, and mind maps to organize ideas. This effective process forces your mind to process the information more deeply and understand it more deeply, rather than simply memorizing it superficially. Here, my friends, is how to apply this strategy to your life. One method. Use one method. Organize it like the Cornell note-taking system. Divide the page into sections for key notes, a summary, and key questions. Second, focus on the main ideas. Don't write down every word. Extract the key concepts. Third, ask questions, writing down those that come to mind while learning. Fourth, use abbreviations and symbols to speed up the writing process and make it more personal. Fifth, regularly review your notes and add new ideas or connections. The second strategy is to explain to others. The feminist approach. Try to explain the concepts you've learned to someone else in a simple and understandable way, even if they have no background in the subject. If you struggle to explain a particular point, it means you didn't understand it well. After explaining, this forces you to simplify the information and organize your thoughts, revealing gaps in your understanding and helping you consolidate your knowledge. Here, my friends, is how to apply this strategy. First, choose a concept you've learned. Second, try to use simple language and avoid complex terms whenever possible. The third strategy is practical application. Active recall and application. Don't just read or listen to information. Try to regularly retrieve it from memory without looking at the source. Test yourself. Additionally, look for ways to apply what you've learned in practical situations or to solve problems. The basic idea is that active recall strengthens the neural connections of information in your brain. Practical application makes knowledge meaningful and increases the likelihood of long-term recall. Room. Here are tips for applying this strategy. Test yourself regularly. Use flashcards or answer questions. Practice questions or try to remember the main points after reading. 2. Solve the exercises and problems if the topic includes that. 3. Discuss the ideas with others and try to apply them in different contexts. 4. Teach what you have learned to others. This is an excellent method for application and retrieval. In order to make it easier for you to apply this strategy, my friends, you can how to apply it. Use spaced repetition applications such as Inky or Quizlet, which organize revision times for you based on how difficult it is for you to remember the information. If you review manually, create a review schedule and be committed to the fifth strategy. Link new information with previous knowledge. Try to link the new information to what you already know. Look for similarities and differences and think about how the new information fits into your current cognitive framework. The basic idea of this strategy is that this helps integrate the new information more effectively into your existing network of knowledge, making it easier to remember and understand. To apply this strategy, you must follow the following steps, my friends. First, ask yourself how this relates to what I already know. Second, look for examples. Link the new concept to familiar situations. Third, compare and balance new and old information. Fourth, use similes and metaphors to make abstract concepts more clear. By applying these strategies, my friends, you can transform the learning process into a more effective and enjoyable experience and increase your ability to understand information, retain it, and use it in your life. The writer emphasizes that effective learning is a skill that can be developed through practice and experience and is not innate. Chapter 4. The Power of Diverse Reading. The basic idea here is to expand the scope of your reading to include diverse fields enriches your knowledge and expands your horizons, as it encourages the writer not to limit himself to your field of interest only, but rather to explore the sciences, history, arts, and others, which enriches your knowledge, expands your intellectual horizons, and enhances your ability to link different concepts, which gives you a creative and analytical advantage. Let us learn, my friends, about the benefits of diverse reading that the writer told us about, and in order to expand intellectual horizons. The writer explains that confining reading to one field is like living in a reading bubble in other fields. Diversity opens windows to different ways of thinking, new perspectives, and facts you were not aware of. This diversity expands your perceptions and makes you more open to new ideas. 2. Enhance creativity, and innovation. When you are exposed to a wide range of information and concepts from different disciplines, your mind begins to make unexpected connections. These connections between different fields are often the source of inspiration and new discoveries. True creativity comes from integrating ideas from diverse sources. 3. Improving analysis and problem-solving skills. Reading in diverse fields expose you to different styles of thinking and problem-solving. For example, reading history may teach you about the reasons for the success and failure of civilizations, which can be applied to understanding the dynamics of companies or societies today. Reading philosophy may enhance your ability to think logically and critically. 4. Comprehensive understandings of the world. The world is not a collection of separate islands, but rather a complex network of interconnected systems. Diverse reading helps you understand these interconnections better, which makes you a global citizen, more aware and aware. 5. Avoid cognitive biases. When you limit your reading to sources that confirm your current beliefs, you become more vulnerable to cognitive biases. Reading in different fields exposes you to opposing viewpoints and forces you to reevaluate your assumptions. 7. Develop communication skills. Exposure to a wide range of vocabulary and writing styles through diverse reading improves your ability to express your thoughts clearly, accurately, and convincingly. Here, my friends, are practical tips for applying the power of reading. Diversity in your life. 1. Make a list of various fields of reading. Think about the fields that arouse your curiosity, even if they are not directly related to your current work or interests, such as history, natural sciences, philosophy, arts, psychology, economics, fiction, and nonfiction. 2. Allocate a specific time for each field. You do not have to read everything at the same time. You can devote months or semesters to intensive reading in a specific field and then move to the last 3. Start with introductory books and articles if you are new to a specific field. Start with books that provide a simplified ID overview before diving into complex details. 4. Take advantage of recommendations. Look for lists of recommended books in various fields, or ask for recommendations from people with diverse interests. 5. Do not be afraid to give up a book. If you do not enjoy a book or do not find it useful, do not hesitate to put it down and move on to another book. The goal is to enjoy learning and expand your knowledge. 6. Look for connections between fields. Try to see how concepts and ideas from different fields intersect. This will help you build a deeper understanding, and it is more comprehensive. 7. Share what you read with others. Discuss the books and ideas you learn with your friends or colleagues. This helps consolidate the information and opens up new perspectives for you. Empower a variety of forms of reading that are not limited to books. Read articles, blogs, scientific journals, and even summaries of books in a diverse field. 9. Make it an ongoing habit. Allocate even a small portion of your daily or weekly time to reading in a new field. Continuity is the key to achieving maximum benefit. I would like to remind you, my friends, that reading a variety of ways is not just a hobby, but rather a powerful strategy for developing the mind, enhancing creativity, and achieving a deeper understanding of the world by going beyond the limits of your direct interests and exploring new cognitive worlds that give yourself a unique advantage and place yourself among the most cultured and creative people in your society. Chapter 5. Developing Thinking Skills. Critical. The basic idea in this chapter is that the ability to analyze and evaluate information objectively and rationally, and to form informed judgments based on evidence and logic, rather than relying on feelings, assumptions, or unsupported opinions. This skill is necessary to make better decisions, solve problems effectively, and avoid making mistakes and deception. We come to the most enjoyable part of this chapter, my friends, which is how to develop your critical thinking skills in one session. Ask why and how questions repeatedly. Do not limit yourself to information. Introduction. Try to understand the reasons behind it and the processes that led to it. 2. Look for multiple sources of information and compare them. Do not rely on just one source. Look for different points of view and try to understand the agreement and difference between them. 3. Be aware of your personal biases and try to overcome them. Think about how your beliefs and past experiences affect your interpretation of the information. 4. Learn to recognize common logical fallacies. Look for examples of fallacies such as the straw man, appealing to authority, the slippery slope, and try to identify them. In discussions and arguments, 5. Solve complex problems. Practice analyzing problems and dividing them into smaller parts, and evaluate potential solutions based on evidence and logic. participate in intellectual discussions, and try to understand different points of view. Listen carefully to others and try to understand their arguments, even if you do not agree with them. This helps you develop your ability to think from different angles. 7. Write regularly. Writing forces you to organize your thoughts in a logical and clear manner and helps you identify gaps in your thinking. 8. Value the evidence. Carefully ask yourself, what is the quality of this evidence? Is it relevant? Is it sufficient to support the conclusion? Be intellectually humble. Admit that you may be wrong and be prepared to change your mind when new evidence or stronger arguments emerge. 10. Practice critical thinking in your daily life. Do not limit yourself to applying it in formal situations. Think critically about the news you read, the advertisements you see, and even everyday conversations. This chapter of the book, my friends, is an essential investment in your ability to understand the world around you and make informed decisions. It enables you to be a conscious consumer of information, an active participant in discussions, and a more efficient problem solver, which makes you less vulnerable to irrational influences and leads you towards a more aware and successful life. Chapter 6. The importance of curiosity and asking questions. The basic idea here is that curiosity is the primary motivation for learning, discovery, and innovation. It is the spark that ignites the desire to understand the world around us. Asking questions is the vital tool for satisfying this curiosity and gaining in-depth knowledge. Practical advice to enhance your curiosity and encourage asking questions. 1. Maintain the spirit of a curious child. Remember how you constantly asked questions when you were a child. Try to restore this open and inquisitive spirit. 2. Write down your questions. Keep a notebook or application to write down the questions that come to mind throughout the day. Set aside time to see. Arch for answers to them later. 3. Do not be afraid to ask simple questions. Questions that seem obvious often lead to profound discoveries. 4. Listen slowly and ask follow-up questions when you talk to someone or listen to a lecture. Listen carefully and try to ask clarifying questions or questions that go deeper into the topic. 5. Find answers to your questions effectively. Use search engines, books, articles. Talk to experts and do not be satisfied with superficial answers. 6. Encourage curiosity in others. If you are a leader, teacher, or parent, create an environment that encourages asking questions and values curiosity. 7. Constantly challenge your assumptions. Ask yourself, why do I think this? What evidence supports this belief? Is there another way to look at it? Explore new fields. Indulge yourself in topics you had never thought about before. You may discover a new passion or find answers to questions you didn't know you had. 9. Don't be afraid to say, I don't know. Admitting ignorance is the first step toward learning. 10. Make asking questions a habit. Practice asking at least one question every day about something you would like to understand better. It is worth noting, my friends, that by developing our curiosity and encouraging questioning, we open ourselves to a world that has no limits. Of knowledge and discovery, it is a call to maintaining an open and questioning mindset and always striving to understand the world around us more deeply. Curious people are lifelong learners, innovators, and leaders who drive progress. Chapter 7. Building a strong network of relationships. The basic idea here, my friends, is that learning and development are not limited to written sources or individual training courses. Building a strong network of relationships with diverse and cultured people represents a rich source for knowledge and experiences and provides opportunities for personal and professional growth. And in order for us, my friends, to be able to build a strong network of relationships with educated and diverse people, we must follow the following advice. Be proactive in communicating. Do not wait for others to communicate with you. Never communicate with people who interest you or from whom you think you can learn. Focus on building real relationships. Do not look at relationships as mere tools to achieve your goals. Be genuinely interested in others. Listen to them attentively and take an interest in their lives and interests. Provide value to others. Think about how you can help people in your network. Offer support. Share your knowledge and experiences, and be a dependable person. Participate in events and communities. Join groups, organizations, and events that are interested in your areas of learning or interests. These are excellent environments for meeting new people with similar interests. Use social media wisely. Social media can be a powerful tool for communication and building relationships, but focus on real interactions and meaningful conversations rather than just collecting a number. Have a great following. Just be a good listener. Active listening is the key to building strong relationships. Show an interest in what others are saying. Ask clarifying questions and avoid interrupting them. Be humble and willing to learn from everyone. Do not exclude anyone based on their position or background. Valuable knowledge can come from unexpected sources. Maintain communication. Do not let relationships fade. Communicate regularly with people in your network, whether through emails, calls, or in-person meetings if possible. Be authentic and honest. Do not try to be. Another person said that true relationships are built on honesty and integrity. He said, ask for help and advice when needed. Do not hesitate to ask for help or advice from people in your network when you face a challenge or need guidance. This shows your trust in them and really strengthens the relationship. My friends, building a strong network of relationships is a real investment in personal and professional growth. By communicating with diverse and educated people, you can access new sources of knowledge, get support and encouragement, and discover opportunities that you would not otherwise have had. On your own, focus on building real relationships based on mutual benefit, and you will find that your network of relationships becomes a driving force towards achieving your goals and expanding your horizons. Chapter 8: Overcoming Obstacles to Learning. The idea. The basic idea is that there are many obstacles that may prevent you from continuous learning, and it is important to recognize them and overcome them. This chapter reviews some common challenges such as lack of time and preoccupation, procrastination and procrastination, fear of failure or making mistakes, lack of motivation and boredom, and feeling exhausted, mental and informational limiting beliefs about their own abilities. Some may belie that they are not good at this or do not have the ability to learn a certain thing. These beliefs limit their willingness to try new things and hinder their progress. An environment that is not supportive of learning. Now, my friends, we can overcome the obstacles to learning. Here are some practical tips. Time management and setting priorities. Allocate a specific time in your daily or weekly schedule for learning, even if it is short. Treat this time as an important appointment that cannot be postponed. Overcoming procrastination. By dividing tasks, divide large learning tasks into small, easy-to-implement steps. Start with just the first step, and momentum will often lead you to continue. Use techniques such as the 2-minute rule. Change your outlook on failure. Consider failure as an opportunity to learn and grow, not the end of the road. Focus on what you can learn from mistakes and try again to maintain motivation by linking learning to goals. Link what you learn to your personal and professional goals. Remember why you started and what you hope to achieve through learning. Celebrate your small accomplishments. Manage mental fatigue by focusing and taking breaks. Learn how to focus on one task at a time and avoid multitasking. Take regular breaks to replenish your mental energy. Challenge limiting beliefs and replace them with positive ones. Watch your negative thoughts about your abilities and try to replace them with positive affirmations. Start with small challenges to build confidence. Create an environment that supports learning. Find a quiet and comfortable place to study. Connect with people who encourage learning. Progress reduces distractions. Set clear, measurable goals. Determine exactly what you want to learn and why. Divide your big goals into smaller, more achievable goals. Embrace change and get out of your comfort zone gradually. Start by trying new, small, non-scary things whenever you feel comfortable. Expand the range of your challenges. Use various tools and techniques for learning. Try different ways of learning: reading, listening, watching, discussing, and practical application to find what you learn. It suits you and maintains your interest. Reward yourself for your efforts and progress. Celebrate your small and large achievements to maintain motivation and promote positive behavior. Chapter 9. Investing in comprehensive self-development. The basic idea. True education and growth are not limited to acquiring knowledge and information only, but also include investing in developing other aspects of the self, such as personal skills, soft skills, emotional intelligence, positive habits, and physical and mental health. This comprehensive integration leads to a more balanced and successful individual in various aspects of his life, as the writer focuses on this. The chapter focuses on the importance of going beyond the narrow focus on academic knowledge. The author explains that success in real life depends greatly on the ability to deal with others effectively, manage oneself, and adapt to different situations. These personal skills are often more important than theoretical knowledge alone. The author also focused on the importance of soft personal skills. Skills. This includes the skills of effective oral and written communication, leadership, teamwork, conflict resolution, negotiation, persuasion, flexibility, and the ability to adapt. These skills are essential for building strong relationships and achieving success in social and professional environments. We also come to the role of emotional intelligence, which refers to the ability to understand and manage your own emotions and to recognize the emotions of others and respond to them effectively. This includes self-awareness, self-regulation, motivation, empathy, and social skills. Emotional intelligence plays a critical role in building healthy relationships and making decisions, Rashida, and achieving leadership success. After that, the writer mentioned to us developing positive habits. Habits constitute a large part of our behavior and life. Investing in developing positive habits such as self-discipline, perseverance, positive thinking, and effective time management leads to improving productivity and general well-being. The reader did not forget the aspect of taking care of physical and mental health. The writer emphasizes the connection between the mind and body. Good physical health through proper nutrition, regular exercise, and adequate sleep supports mental health. The ability to learn, focus, and mental health through stress management, developing psychological resilience, and seeking support when needed are necessary for general well-being and the ability to face life's challenges. We must know, my friends, that continuous investment in oneself is not a final destination, but rather an ongoing journey. It requires a commitment to learning and growing in various aspects of life permanently. In order for us, my friends, to master investing in comprehensive self-development, here are the following tips. Identify your strengths and weaknesses in various aspects of the self. Evaluate yourself in the areas of skills, personality, emotional intelligence, habits, and health. Identify areas that need development. Set specific and measurable goals for each aspect. Do not focus only on cognitive goals. Set goals to develop communication skills, increase your emotional awareness, or adopt a new healthy habit. Search for appropriate learning and development sources. Read books. Listen to podcasts. Participate in workshops and training courses that focus on developing personal skills and emotional intelligence. Practice new skills in your daily life. It is not enough to acquire knowledge. Look for opportunities to apply the skills you learn in your daily interactions and work. Get feedback from others. Ask colleagues, friends, and family to provide feedback on your performance in personal and social skills. Find mentors and role models in the areas you want to develop. Learn from their experiences and strategies. Develop positive habits gradually. Start with one small habit and focus on sticking to it before adding more. Take care of your physical and mental health. Make adequate sleep, healthy nutrition, and regular exercise a part of your daily interactions and work. Your routine. Practice stress management techniques, such as meditation or yoga. At the conclusion of our journey through the pages of the Educate Yourself Everyday book, we realize that excellence and outperforming 99% of people is not limited to innate talent or a stroke of luck, but rather is the result of a continuous journey of learning and comprehensive self-development. This book is not just a collection of advice, but rather a practical roadmap towards self-esteem and building a growth mindset that does not know how to stop. Applying these ideas in your life is not just adding new information to your minds, rather, it is a reshaping of the way you think and act. You will become more able to adapt to the rapid changes in the world, more confident in making decisions, and more effective in achieving your goals. The doors of opportunities will open for you that had never occurred to you, and you will find yourselves on an upward path towards excellence and true success. Always remember, my friends, that the journey of continuous education does not stop when reading this book, but rather it is the beginning of a new lifestyle where learning becomes an integral part. Let every minute you invest in developing yourself be an addition to the edifice of your success and excellence. Go forward with confidence and passion, and educate yourselves every day to truly be among the elite that leads change and makes a difference in this world. I hope this summary is useful to you. If you have any other questions, do not hesitate to ask them in the comments. Share this video with those you care about, and let us create a generation that seeks knowledge and excellence without limits. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more inspiring book summaries. See you on a new journey with the Reading Nook.